back to the channel. Welcome back to the third episode of Driveway Beers. I'm trying to do these like once a month. It just gets hard sometimes, but right now we're in COVID lockdown, so we can do it. Well, I can do it, you guys can watch. Got heaps of questions to go through, not heaps, I think I've chosen about 7 or 8 questions to go through. Got pumped with them, thanks for sending them all through. There's only so many I can answer though. Well, I can answer more, but in this short amount of time. I don't want to bore you with it. I'm going to do a rig rundown on this thing. Not this one yet, because we haven't done much to it. But you guys keep asking about this, he's asking questions about the Xlink and the lift and tyres and everything I run. So we're going to run through the rig rundown of this first, and then I'm going to answer your questions. And yeah, we'll go from there. So stick with me, we'll see how we go. Alright guys, stick with me. This is my first ever rig rundown. We're going to keep it casual. It's not very serious. I'm just going to answer a few questions that you guys have been hitting me up for a while now. Just about a few parts and accessories on this car, so stick with me. It's not serious, but so some it might be. Like I said, I'll leave it casual, and hopefully I can answer the questions you guys have been asking and fill in some information on what accessories and stuff, whatnot I'm running on the full run. Alright, let's go. We're going to start at the front here. I've written down some shit on here because I'm going to forget stuff. I'm only human, so stick with me, eh? Alright, we're going to start at the front with the headlights. You guys keep asking about these growing lights and headlights. They are an eBay special. There were a set already on this car when I bought it. They were LED 7-inch lights. I took them out because apparently they weren't ADR approved, and I like to keep this street legal. So I went for the 7-inch LED from eBay. They are an eBay special, so they're a no-name. But they are ADR approved. They go really well. The low beam and the high beam are great on them. So if you want to have a look, just type in GQ Patrol, the year model, LED headlight on eBay. Something will come up, and it's up to you whether or not you want it legal or not. Like I said before, I like to keep these things street legal, so I had to get ADR approved. The driving lights, Vic Off-Road. These guys sent out they're a laser 9-inch LED. Yeah, they're great. They've got a bit of spotting, mainly pencil beam. They're okay for long drives, touring at night time. Not a lot that I do at night time. I do the odd 4-wheel drive here and there overnight, like the night run. So they come in handy, as well as this bad boy, the 21-inch LED laser light bar, also from Vic Off-Road. This thing's great for the bush. I've got one on the roof as well. It is a 32-inch light bar. It's not laser, but it's an LED light bar from Vic Off-Road as well. Great combination for the bush between these three here, or these two, this set. It's a really good combination. So if you guys are looking at any sort of driving lights, check out Vic Off-Road. I've got a discount code I'll drop in the description below too if you want to check them out. I've done the lights, driving lights. Let's go to the winch. Run bar. So I'll run the 11XP. I was running, oh man, since I got this car, it had a King's winch on it, and it was awesome. It did everything I needed to do. I think I snapped about 3 ropes with it. But honestly, it just kept going. I pulled it off once or twice, I serviced it, greased it all up, put it back on, it just kept cracking. I just wanted something a bit more reliable because there is some of these touring tracks we go down, they're not for the faint-hearted, and sometimes the only thing that's going to get you out is the winch. So I went for the Runbit 11XP, and so far it's going really well. I haven't snapped a rope, it hasn't done anything out of the ordinary, and it's pulled me out of a lot of sticky situations. You've probably seen them on the videos, and we won't go into that. Righto, that's the driving lights, run bar, front rear scrubbies. Alright, I think we'll get onto the bar work. We're going to move like backwards, so we'll start at the bar. We'll go to the bar work now. This front bar, I believe it is a patrol ductor. It was on the vehicle when I bought it. Obviously I've changed a little bit with it. Don't quote me, but I believe it is a patrol ductor front bar. It did have a massive big fat hoop here. It just wasn't working, it was just a bit weak. So Tuneworks at Raymond Terrace, shout out to Tuneworks. Those guys, the fabricator there, he removed the old front bar, the hoop here. he added this extra hoop here, the one on this side, and obviously this one. He added a couple more strength bars down below too. All right, we'll move on to the scrubbies now. The same thing, TuneWorks also did these as well. So I've obviously gone off the bull bar, down the side here, not this, but down the side here, onto the sliders. TuneWorks Graham Terrace did all the front rear scrubbies. I'll pick you up in a minute, I'll take you around. I'll just do a quick loop of the bar work. Check out the shadow on my ear. Wow. And on the driver's side. Bit better view of the front bar for you. Yep, you guessed it, the exo cage is next. So, a lot of you guys are hitting me up about this exo cage. Legalities, how do you say it? I'm just like dyslexic. Can't even say it. Alright, the exo cage, on the side fabrications, _ on Instagram, Paul, he's the one, he contacted me and asked if he could mock up an exo cage. I was like, yes, sweet man. Originally, all I wanted was roof sliders, just to protect the gutters on the roof, because I like to fall into shit all the time when I'm touring. But he came with me with this idea. He came around, done some measuring up. He was here for about an hour. We had a beer or two, and he came with me with this idea. And I thought, you know what? Let's send it. Let's do it. I gave Paul the car, I don't know, for a day, I think it was. It was a Friday afternoon, I dropped it off. I picked it up Sunday morning, so a day and a half. Paul had this. He built this entire exo cage. He actually welded up and fabricated the area for my Xlink as well. Cut off the mounts, blah, blah, blah. We're going to get into that in a minute. I won't go there, I'm skipping ahead. But he did the Xlink, he welded the Xlink on, made this up, fitted it in a day and a half. Shout out to Paul on the side fabrications, mate. You've done a cracking job with this. It has saved some panel work. I was touring not long ago with my 24-foot caravan. No. Anyway, you've seen the video where I put it on its side. It was a pretty easy layover. Not one scratch, not one dent was caused to the car because of this exo cage. But keep updated with this, because I think he's going to rip all this off and we're going to have another dig at it. And it's going to be even better again, so keep an eye out on that. But if you want to have a look at him, I'll put his link in the his ad for Instagram on the in the description. Also, it is legal. You might not think it's legal, because a lot of things these days, it's hard to tell whether they're illegal or legal. Look, the exo cage is removable, so it is a removable roof rack. If I wanted to put a rooftop tent up there, I could put a rooftop tent up there. It is a removable roof rack. They actually remove, Paul has welded the exo cage onto my front and rear scrubbies that TuneWorks made up. TuneWorks put these little leggy thingies here, can't think of the name, cam bar or something or other. Anyway, there's a bolt from the top and the bottom. One bolt out, the other bolt out from underneath it. There's also one down here, same on the other scrubby and the rear scrubbies as well. You undo 8 bolts, this whole thing lifts off. It doesn't protrude any more than 150 mil from the bodywork. That's where, you know, same with scrubbies. These would be illegal if they protruded more than 150 mil from the panels. It doesn't, it is within 150 mil. There's no sharp edges, so when you are making bar work, just keep in mind, clean your welds up if you're a bit dodgy. Get the grinder out, clean them up. As long as there's no sharp edges, it's within 150 mil. And if you want to put an exo cage on, just ensure it is within 150 mil of your bodywork. Because you don't want to be too far out. It becomes too wide. You don't want it too close, because if you hit shit like me, you know, down the fire trails, you might damage your panels. You don't want it. That's what's there. It's there to protect it. So just remember that it is legal. You just gotta remember it is a removable roof rack. Ash has just come out to run us through the rear bar quick for you. Don't run away.
Okay.
She's being put on the spot here, so let's see how she goes.
So we've got a steel rear bar made by Patrol Doctor. And it came with it when we purchased it.
Yeah, it was already on the car, yep.
And the butt plug.
Can you just get down a little bit lower to that? Nice. And was that yours, Ashley?
Definitely not.
Right, Ashley did really well with that. So, yeah, Patrol Doctor rear bar. It was on the vehicle when we got it. And again, I believe it is a Patrol Doctor rear bar. Don't quote me on that. Alright, the tyres and the wheels. They are a 37-inch Maxxis Trepador on 16-inch beadlock rims. They're just a steel dynamic rim. A lot of people have asked me how I go with the bolts. Do they come loose? Does the ring come off? No. Just preventative maintenance. Check your bolts before you go on every trip. The same as everything. If you're going out, check your car over. Last thing you want to do is have something break. You know, that's not meant to usually break or come loose. Check your bolts. Check your wheel studs. And just give your car a bit of a run over. Anyway, we're going way away from it. Tyres. Maxxis Trepadors. The front's still going alright. The rears are as bored as a baby's ass, so we need to get some new tyres all around. So it's coming. You just keep telling me. I'm listening. It's going to happen. A lot of you guys probably already know. Mike at No Bull Beresfield, pedal suspension, hooked us up with 4-inch coils and 6-inch 80 series shocks. They're 12.5-inch travel shocks, and yeah, 4-inch coils. I've got a 2-inch body lift as well that was previously already fitted to the car. Obviously, when I bought the car, this car had a few extras already on it. So the body lift is actually going to be removed soon. I just want it a little bit lower. I want to stick it low, wide, and locked. Pedal suspension isn't huge for four-wheel drives. Well, it actually is, but a lot of people don't know about it. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to show you guys there's different brands of suspension out there that can do just as good as any others, you know, your big brand and stuff. I won't mention them. Just shop around, look, ask people. You've seen my videos, you've seen what this thing can do. So they're an 80 series, pin to pin, long travel shock, extra long travel shock they are. So if you call up your local Petters dealer, if you're local to Newcastle, Maitland area, hit up Mike at No Bull Beresfield on Instagram, or give Petters Beresfield suspension a call. Speak to Mike, tell him I sent you, and they'll look after you. Right, so the 4-inch coils are our heavy duty coil. I haven't gone silly and done, you know, bump stops and everything like that. I haven't needed it. These shocks don't bottom out. I get plenty of flex. And the only thing we're going to do is obviously put some locating cones in, because these things tend to fall out every now and then when we're driving down the fire trails. I'll move along to the back. I'm going to bring you with me because I haven't got a microphone yet, and you're not going to be able to hear me. So we'll move along to the suspension at the rear. Actually, before we do that, at the front. So I'm running adjustable panhards as well. I've got a Tough Dog return to center steering damper on the front and Dobson's front and rear drag links. The adjustable panhards are also Dobson's. It was just what I was around when we were looking, and I needed them because the other weekend when I drove home, I put it in the driveway and my front adjustable panhard fell apart. Ended up on the neighbour's yard over here. So I needed an ASAP because we had a trip planned and we were heading out. So Dobson front and rear, also drag links as well. What else we got under here? You know what, we'll do the Xlink now. Okay, so the Xlink. It is made by Wild Customs 4x4 on Instagram. Again, I'll drop their link down below, their name on for the Instagram ad as well. Give them a follow and send him a message. He won't bite. If you've got any questions about Xlinks, hit him up. I know you guys hit me up all the time and I'll send you over there. There is a bit of a wait. The guys there at Wild Customs, you know, they're backed up with Xlinks and all the other work they're doing as well. So be patient. He'll get you one. But they make you a world of difference. This thing is not the same truck. I'm not American. You guys love it. It is not the same car anymore after I put that on. Yes, the extra long travel shocks in the front helped once Mike put them in, but once I put that Xlink in, and this thing is an absolute animal off-road. You've seen the photos. I'll put some up at the end of the video if you want to have a look, if you haven't seen them. It is unreal. I'll run you through it now. Alright, so I've done a video already before, and it is on my Instagram or TikTok, I think. I don't know. So what happens is the Xlink, actually, you take off the front radius arm mounts. So they actually get cut off. As you can see there are no radius arm front mounts anymore. Again, the Xlink takes those radius arm mounts off the front. The rear is still on. And the Xlink actually gets welded to the front of the diff housing. I don't know if you can see too well there. But yes, it gets welded by a coupling onto that front diff housing and then gets bolted on with that massive big bolt there. What that does is allows the front to flex, not so much pivot. So once I remove that bolt, I've got that bolt in because on the road you want that bolt in. You remove that bolt, that there will drop down when the other side goes up. So this part travels down, the other side goes up. Before, with the standard arms, and I'll get to that actually in a second, it wouldn't flex. It would get to a certain point, but the front mounts would stop that happening. So if you are, again, looking for an Xlink, hit up Wild Customs 4x4 and let him know what you want, let him know what you're doing. Just be aware there is a waiting list. I've told you now, so be patient, it'll happen and they will get you one. Radius arms, get this one asked a lot. What ones am I running? I'm running bog stock factory radius arms. Yep, they got a couple of bends in them. Have a look there, yeah. Ooh, bump my camera. They're not looking the healthiest. The radius arm, the stock radius arms actually work really well with the Xlink. I haven't gone and put hybrid arms or anything like that in it yet. I haven't spent money on that. I'm still running factory arms just to see how they go, and honestly they work really well with the Xlink. And I suggest you do the same too, unless you're already running hybrid arms or super flex arms, then leave them. But if you're not, just keep your factory ones in there, because I have not had an issue. Yeah, they bend, but I will replace it eventually with more factory arms. That's pretty much it at the front here. The rear is the same. I'm running Boss coil brace tower kit as well in the rear, just for that extra bit of strength. There's not a lot more at the rear for the suspension wise. Coils, same shocks. Sorry, I'm running upper and lower adjustable arms by Ironman. Heck 4x4 supplied them for me. You'll find them on Insta. Again, I'll drop their link below. They've been great. Yes, I'm going to put a set of long arms in it because I want to prevent that rear steer. That will happen in the near future as well. There's a lot, there's still lots of things I've got to do to this. So appreciate all you guys telling me. I'm listening. So yeah, long arms coming, but those guys have those arms really helped me out for what I've been doing so far. So have a look at their Instagram as well. They've got heaps of four-wheel drive gear. They're located in Foster. Check them out. Shout out to Bill. Shout out to Billy. He'll sort you out. Give them a follow. Check out their gear. GU diffs. I was snapping a lot of CVs and a lot of axles. I just put it down to it was just the strength of the GQ CV. Spoke to Mike. He thought it was a good idea to do a GU diff conversion. So that's what we've done. We ripped the old GQ diffs out. We put GU diffs in, brake to brake. Not only does this give me stronger CVs and axles, being bigger, gives me a wider stance. I believe it's like 20 mil wider. I get dual pistons, so I've got a bigger brake up, bigger brakes, bigger rotors, bigger CVs and axles. I went with the 2.8 out of a 2.8, so I got the 4.6 diff gears, which slowed me down a lot off road before I put the reductions in. So if you're looking at, if you've got a GQ and you're thinking about doing a GU diff conversion, go ahead, do it. Really simple. If you've got a hoist, send it, get her up there. Drop the front rear diffs out, slide the new ones in, try and get 4.6s because they're just unreal. Actually, I'll rephrase that. I went 4.6s because I run 37s. That combination works really well. Depends what size tyre you're running to what gear ratio you get for your diff centers. So just have a think about that before you do that. Centers are easy to change and easy to find. Just while we're on the diffs, the GU diffs. So I've got the 4.6 centers, I gave both my centers to Brad, so shout out to you, Bradley. Thanks, mate. He shimmed up my rear diffs. I'm not actually currently running a rear diff locker. They're just 0.7 shims. He shimmed it up really good, tight as hell. The front one, I'm running an auto locker from Full Drive Systems. I used to run that auto locker in my GQ diffs, and mate, it was awesome, mate. You don't have to worry about air, you don't have to worry about electrics. It is just engaged, and when you need it, it's ready to go. I'll continue running the front auto locker. I may put an air locker in the rear, maybe a TJM. But for now, shout out to Brad. Cheers, mate. You've done wonders with that rear diff. Made a hell of a difference. So, cheers, mate. All right, guys, while I'm down here too, the transfer gears, the reduction gears, I'm running 85% reduction gears now. You guys, talked to me for ages about getting them. I did have it in mind doing. It just took me a while to get it done. So yes, 85% reduction gears with the 4.6 diff gears. The combination with 37s work really well for me. It is a manual box. It's on an auto. It's going to save my clutch. It's going to save me. I don't send it. So it saves the happy throttle a little bit too. Mark's four-wheel drive. Hit them up. That's where I got mine from. Had a mate fit them up for me. I didn't have time, and I'm not that great with it as well. Just being honest. Had a mate do it for me. Clint, shout out, mate. Thank you very much for doing that. It has changed this truck, car, four-wheel drive enormously. So thank you very much. We'll move up to what we're going to do now. I've got it all written down. We'll move to the front of the car again. I'll start at the motor, turbo, exhaust, and work my way through it from there. All right, guys. It is a black top TD42. 1989. This truck is full drive. Fuck. It is a 1989 black top TD42. I've done nothing to the motor. Zilch. Nothing's been done. All that's been done is cross-country top-mount intercooler, Patrol Doctor, which I know definitely is a Patrol Doctor, air filter, box, piping, with a Mamba 18G TD05 turbo. Standard manifold. I've changed the radiator out. The last one, I don't know. I think I just changed it. Just preventative maintenance, guys. I haven't done anything to the cooling system. It is not a kettle as much as I call it a kettle. It doesn't overheat. It doesn't play up. My EGTs are sweet. I'm running 25-pound boost with the fuel pump wound in, and I don't have an issue with overheating or anything like that. Just preventative maintenance, guys. Look after your car. Look after your motor. It'll look after you. Righto. Cockpit. Literally. Righto, guys. I didn't get a chance to clean her on the last touring trip I did. So you will find some dirt, some dust, a little bit of mud here and there. Righto, let's start at the gauges. I'm running a SAS water temp gauge with mine. Honestly, I don't think I've even hit 80 degrees with this thing. I don't run a thermostat because every GQ I've ever owned, as soon as I've bought it, I've ripped the thermostat out and never had an issue. Never gone over 80 degrees, I don't think. I'll keep my eye on that all the time. Running a Cobalt boost gauge. Again, I'm running 25-pound boost. It normally sits about there when I'm driving. And a Cobalt EGT gauge. It's bad boy. The pillar I got from eBay. That's another question you guys keep asking me. eBay. It's a 2-pod pillar from eBay, and I've just screwed this bad boy into it. I think it was like $40 on eBay. Again, just type in GQ, year model, pod pillar, and something will come up. And obviously, fits pretty nice in there. And do your wiring, whatnot. It's really handy to have, guys. Your boost gauge, there you can see your boost, but your EGTs and your water temp, you've got your factory water temp. Where did I go? Over here. don't rely on that. That thing can be reading red hot, and I'll show you. That thing can be reading red hot, and it still only be sitting at like 75 degrees. So grab yourself a water temp gauge, EGT, and boost. Put it in, send it, and you'll be happy as Larry. Glowing factory glow doesn't work, so it's been fitted with a push button here that you hold it in, you hit reds and you hold it in for 10, 12 seconds, whatever it needs to be, just to glow it up. All you do is just hold it in for 10, 12 seconds and she's sweet. I've got a HKS turbo timer, again, I got off eBay, I believe it was. You don't need it. It's more wank factor, but when I do pull up, I always let this bad boy warm down anyway. So I set it to 30 seconds and I get out. By the time I walk away from it, it's normally shut off. So it's up to you if you want to do it. Heaps easy to fit up. Throw one in. You can set it to a minute. I think this one's 30 seconds, a minute, or a minute and a half. So, if you really want one, chuck it in. It just saves you sitting in the car if you don't want to let it warm down. Got a 7-inch Pioneer stereo. I just removed the old one that was in there, cut it out a bit and fitted that up. My clock actually works sometimes, just saying. Really good CD player, this one's stereo. I've also ran 4-inch speakers, I think, through all 4 doors. And I've got 2, actually in the rear as well, and I've got 2 12-inch subs behind the back seat. I'll show you in a sec. Running a Navman dash cam. Mainly, I just keep checking my speed, and it is safe to have up there for if there are any accidents or whatnot on the road. GME TX3 100 UHF, never let me down. It goes really well. It is sitting in the Outback Armour roof console. Got lights up here, they do work. Light at the rear as well. Got this drop down console area here as well. Really handy to have. Just watch your head on this bad boy when you're out wheeling. Righty, I think we'll move to the back. I'll show you what I've got in the back of the Tourer. I'll show you the box where I've got my second battery and the 2 12-inch subs, and run you through some gear that's out there. Alright, before we do that, I will show you my mud flaps that I made up real quick. So, obviously, Bull's Outback Adventures. What I did, I welded this bit of angle up here and there, put 2 pins, one here, one there, cut a hole in the mud flap, puts it through these split pins, and it is off within about 2 seconds. Good to have on the road, obviously for safety, and makes this thing legal. So real quick, guys, you rip the split pin out either side, slide it off those 2 pins, and Robert's your dad's brother. Right at the back of the Tourer, I'm running a spare 37-inch trip, donated by my good mate Brad and Loz. Thank you, guys. And in here we've got, get down. His tail, I don't know if he's watched, but the tail got cut off, so we've had to remount it, and now it's, ready. Kenwood speakers, as I said before, the cover magically fell off this one. In that door as well. Running some lighting around here, really good when we do our touring camps. Instead of rear draw Titan draw system, it's got the fridge side on top. I've modified this, I'll show you real quick. Oh wow, hang on a sec. I'll just show you. The drawers are just full of recovery gear, tools in this side, recovery gear, tools. I'll show you my fridge side real quick. It's not going to work real good. It's getting caught up pretty well, but you get the idea. So, took the back 2 rollers out. I usually run a 75-litre Waco fridge on here, and it's too tall for me and the missus to reach into to get the dad waters out when we are out camping or sitting at the beach. That there usually runs a lot smoother than that, but you can see there's lots of shit in there. Shit everywhere. So it usually does run a lot smoother than that. There we go. Spare radius arm. Compressor that is mounted there that no longer works. That is my compressor. I've got a cargo barrier up here that I cut down to fit my battery sub box, which is that. I'm running a no brand solar charger off eBay again. That I used to have a solar panel on the roof. Used to run down and into that. Now it just runs off my Red Arc dual battery charger under the bonnet. There you go, I forgot to tell you about that. I'm running a 120 amp hour deep cycle battery right there. And the two subs, there's one sub there and there's another one there. I've got cigarette plugs there, and I'm running an Explode 1000 watt Sony amplifier for the subs. It's just when we're out camping and stuff, guys, we like to have a bit of country music playing. I've also wrapped the back windows in window shades from Kmart. I think they're like $3 each, and it just keeps it nice and dark in here when I'm running the fridge and I've got beers and whatnot. Got our little bub, her seat's in there. Makes it a bit darker in here as well for her. I think that is about it. What I'm going to do now is, I've probably forgotten heaps, but anyway, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to read through your questions quick. I've kept you long enough, I reckon. Try and answer some of these questions the best I can, and if you've got any more questions, shoot them through, and I'll write back to you. I'll give you a quick shout out, the guys that did send these questions through. Thanks heaps for doing it. A lot of you guys sent them through, I just can't get through them all. This video will go forever. To the best of my understanding, I think I've ran through pretty much everything of this. I hope I've answered your questions. If there's anything else, like I said, just give us a message. Send me a message on Instagram, drop a comment on YouTube, and I'll see if I can help you. Righto guys, let's get into these questions. Righto guys, again, I wrote them down using my phone. That's another question. You guys want to know what I video with? It's an iPhone 12 Pro Max, I think it is. It is a new phone. I've only just upgraded to that phone. I was using, I think it was an iPhone 10, I think it was, but that's all I use, guys. I don't use GoPros. I don't have any microphones. As much as I want a microphone, I haven't got one. And I'm just using a DJI gimbal as the tripod. And the editing app I use, Splice. It's all done on my phone. No fancy computers or GoPros or anything like that. Not yet. But anyway, alright, let's start with these questions. Just before I do, I just want to say, the car, when I purchased it, just over 12 months ago, probably a bit more than 12 months ago, it already had the 4-inch coils. They were Dobbinsons with a 2-inch body lift. It had the front bull bar and the rear bar and a few other little things on it. I'll drop a photo actually of before, and I'll drop a photo of it now so you can see. I've changed a lot of things on it. I put it in the shed and I stripped it from ground up and rebuilt absolutely everything. And then I broke it. That's the missus inside vacuuming. God bless her. All right, questions. Thanks again, guys. I absolutely got smoked here. First one is from Judd. Judd.Lorimore06. Shout out to you, mate. Would you tour your rig? Look, mate, when I first got this car, it was the tightest GQ I've ever seen. Didn't have one scratch on it. I bought it from a nice family in Corindai, away from the salt. There was no rust, not a scratch or dint in it. We set it up. So we put the set of rear drawers in it, put the sound system in it, 75 litre Waco, put lights through it, really set it up nice. A set of 35-inch mud terrain tyres. It was set up as a tourer. And then things changed. And it is how it's sitting now. So my plan pretty much is to answer this question in short. Yes, I would tour it. I think seeing something like this on the road with a fridge in the back and a swag on the roof, or even a camper trailer behind it, is the coolest thing. So yes, the body lift coming out of it, if we do tour it, the exo cage will come off. Port on the side fab. It's going to set up a set of scrubbies so that when I do remove the exo cage, the scrub bars can stay on. At the moment, the scrubbies come off with the exo cage. Set of 35-inch ore trains, and yeah, we'll hit the road. Look out, summer. Got to put aircon into it though. Cheers, mate. Righty then. This is Mike from No Bull Suspension. He said, shout out, mate. When will we see you in a G-string washing your car? Look, mate, it's going to happen, but I think I need you here beside me to do it. I think everyone's overseeing the girls in G-bangers out here washing cars. So Yo, you guys want to see a bloke with my type of rig and a G-string? I'll send it. Alright, Shane _ Crampton. Would I ever think of doing an engine conversion, and what would it be? Man, I love TDs, eh? A lot of people bag them out, but there's a lot of people out there that don't too. If honestly I was ever going to do a conversion and I had the money, it'd be a 6BT. I don't think I would waste the money on a 6BT in this girl. I'd probably put an LS1 in it, and possibly turbo that. If I had a GU or an 80 series, yeah, I'd probably look at doing maybe an LS3 or a 6BT. Hope that answers your question, man. Jason _ 24, shout out, brother. Should I exo cage the Cruiser? Mate, why not? Honestly, it was a spare of the moment decision for me, and now I can drive tracks that I want to drive, that a lot of people won't even look at. They won't even look at it. I use every inch of this bar work on the car. There's scratches on the roof of the bar work, so yeah, mate. It just gives you that option to if there's a tight track where there's a tree or a rock, you can go, it's not going to hurt my car because it's going to scratch the bar work. If you care about your bar work, go home that night and paint her up. But mate, 100%, go for it. See Paul. Dylan Sinclair, shout out, mate. What's the worst mechanical problem you've come across so far with this beast? Mate, it'd have to be bloody CVs. From the minute I put 37s on, every trip I went out, every weekend, I was snapping either one or both CVs and axles. I think within about 7 months, I think I broke 12 CVs and axles combined. Hence why we went to GU and the GU diff conversion, and so far I broke both sides. But that was because the CVs that we put that were in the diffs were in there from when I picked the diffs up. They were already noisy, they were old. We did what we could to get them moving again, greased them up, threw them in. I wasn't happy with them, and honestly I've been waiting for them to break. So I've put standard CVs back in for it now. If I break these, I'll go chrome moly. You just keep telling me go chrome moly, I'll spend the money and we'll go chrome moly. Thanks, mate. Punchies _ buses. Would you ever build another patrol? If so, what engine combo? 100% I'd build another GQ or GU. I'd honestly like to get a stock GQ, and I would run a TD in it. Again, I love it. I love TDs, the old tractor forklift motors, the sound they produce. They don't produce a heap of power. You can get a heap of power out of them, but hey, I love it. And I'm one of those guys you probably won't be able to convince that a TD is shit. Look after them, preventative maintenance, and it will honestly look after you. Hearing a TD come down the road, screaming 30 pounds boost and full fuel and soot, I don't think there's a better sound, eh? So it would be a TD42. I'd probably build the motor. There's no difference between silver tops and black tops. You can tell me there is, but there's not. And I would run obviously a 12mm pump and a good size 18 or 20G turbo. I'd probably stick with an 18. And that would be my combo. Again, 4-inch bonnet entry or 5-inch bonnet entry snorkel, and a 3 to 3.5 inch exhaust straight through. That'd be my combo. Everyone's different, but that's what I'd do. Mate, thanks for that. Mitch _ TI, run down on the 5-link and the rest of the suspension. Alright, so the 5-link, I'll just clear that up. So it's not a 5-link, it's actually called an Xlink, and that's what I was pointing out earlier in the video. It just mounts to the front of the diff. Really good and cheaper option. 5-links and Xlinks, there's not a big difference. Both still got to be engineered. The only thing with the Xlink is they're a little bit cheaper and quicker and easier to fit. You could do it in the shed with 6 or 8 beers and a welder and a grinder. So just check that out, man. I've put up a few videos with Xlink and obviously working too. Check those videos out on my Insta and let us know what you think. But again, hit up Wild Customs 4x4 if you're after an Xlink. Dylan's Adventures _ 42. Do you daily the GQ? Also, what made you go GQ? Mate, I don't daily the GQ. When I first got it, I did. I was driving it to and from work. I was running 35s with a 6-inch lift. I don't drive like an absolute idiot on the road. I don't be silly. I don't draw attention to myself. I was running flares, mud flaps, everything. So I was dailying it. When I went 37s, especially 37-inch trips. Pulled the flares off because they just kept getting ripped off. And then I done the exo cage. Even though it's illegal, even though it's legal, it still draws attention to the car, to everything else that's that might not be legal on it. So yeah, mate, I don't actually daily it anymore. It's parked in the shed or in the driveway, and I either use the missus's car or potentially this thing when it's registered. I would love to daily it every day, but sticky trips don't last long on the road. Dale_Seaburn, shout out, mate, thank you. What's your suspension setup, spring size, shock size, and if I could if I've extended my bump stops, etc. I hope you got what I went through just before with the suspension, man. Again, 4-inch coils, heavy duty, 6-inch shocks, 12.5-inch travel, no bump stops, return to center steering dampeners, up and lower adjustable control arms, front and rear adjustable panhards, and Dobson's front and rear drag links. So that's pretty much that. That's the questions. That's all I picked out, guys. If you want to know more, just send us a message and I'll save them. Send me a message or comment, whatever you want to do. I'll save them and I'm doing this once a month, so I'll answer your questions once a month. If I'm feeling generous and whatnot, I might even answer you straight away. But if I save them like this, it's just better to just get them all done at once. So let me know if you've got any more questions of this thing. If you want to come for a wheel, I won't buy it. Just send me a message. Always looking for guys to come out. If you want to come out, it's a free country. Come out, come for a wheel. And we'll get into it together. It's a fun hobby. If you're learning, come with me. I'll teach you how to roll it. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right, guys. So thank you for watching. That's the 3rd episode of Driveway Beers. Something different. We're in COVID lockdown now, guys. Chin up. It's not going to last forever. If you want to talk, send me a message. We're all going through and fighting. Everyone's fighting something. Honestly, if it's getting you down and you're locked down, you can't do anything, you want to talk, send me a message. My DMs are open. Watch my stuff, watch my videos, and yeah, like I said, if you want to have a chat, you want to talk to someone, just send me a message. We're all in this together. We'll get through it. It's just a real shame at the moment. It's stopping everyone from doing what they want to do. So just I won't buy it. Send me a message. I've got my hoodies on pre-order at the moment. I'm putting the order in for my hoodies on Friday around lunchtime. So if you guys want to jump on and buy a hoodie, it's not this design. It's a new design with my car on the back, all flexed up with Buff's Outback Adventures on the front. I'll send you a free sticker and I might even spray it with some dupe. If you want to jump on, send me a message. I'll jump on that. Send me a message on Instagram or even just comment on the YouTube and I'll get in touch with you. So yeah, guys, again, if you are struggling, give me a message, talk to your mates. It'll be all over soon and we can get back into everyday life. In saying that, also, when COVID is over, I'm planning a trip to the Wattigans to do a cleanup. We're going to need a bunch of you guys, spread the word, get everyone out there. It'll be a Friday travel day. If you can't make it Friday, sweet as, come down Saturday. But I'm planning to spend the Friday night there, the Saturday night. So it'll be travel Friday, get there, have a few dad waters. Set up camp, get a fire going, have a few yarns around the fire. The next day, Saturday, will be the cleanup day, so we'll have to get heaps of bags, bring your trailer. We're going to send off in groups, so how many people come, we'll just make some groups. Whoever comes back with the most amount of rubbish will win a prize, whether it be a hoodie or some shirts or stickers, might even be some beer, who knows. Or you're right, you can cook that night for dinner. I'll have my flex ramp out there. We'll have a flex ramp competition. Whoever wins that will also win a prize. And then obviously Sunday, I'm going to go for a wheel. That's sweet. I probably won't. There'll be some rubbish that needs to be taken back and then to the dump. So if you want to hang around on Sunday and help me get rid of the rubbish, that'll be sweet as. If that's something you're keen on jumping on, I'm going to start doing this, guys, because we've got to look after the bush. We want to keep using the trucks. We've got to look after it. It's not us dumping the rubbish. We know that. It's the other guys that don't respect the bush and don't use the bush for what we use it for. So if you guys want to jump on, keep the tracks open, give me a message, comment on the YouTube video, and we'll go from there. And again, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram. It's just Buffs_Outback Adventures 4x4. And don't forget about the hoodies. Friday, It's only like 3 days away, so if you want one, jump on there, send me a message, and we'll work it out. All right, guys, thanks for watching the third episode, and hopefully the next episode you see is me in this thing sending it, or crawling, one of the two, in dry weather. Thanks, guys. Fuck.
You want me then, but easy come and easy go, and it wouldn't. So anytime I bleed, you let me go. Yeah, anytime I feel, you got me. No, anytime I see